What's up, degenerates? This is Nefarious Things with Ashley and Alex. I
Does
think
it
that's a
sound horrible?
good. Do you guys
What's up,
like?
delinquents?
Yeah, delinquents. I wonder if they like being called names like that.
Well,
I,
some people, they like to get aggressive in their intros. One time I opened a video and I was like, "What's up, fuckers?" And the comments were pretty positive. Can you hear me jingling?
no.
They're loud to me.
Can you hear me jingling? I'm crazy.
These
I'm just
bells in
kidding.
my headband. All I could hear all day was this jingling. I'm walking around at work.
I am jingling.
Oh my god, I'm not insane.
I'm just joking. I'm just busting your balls. um, so as we normally start off, we do a recap of our previous week. And contrary to our accidental Instagram post last week, last week we watched The Last Night in Soho, The Green Inferno, and The Fly.
Yep. And our favorite, David Cronenberg.
Yep. And I think we enjoyed those for the most part.
Yeah, it was a really good week for movies, and so was this week. We'll get to it because it was we had half seats on the first movie, but we'll get there.
Yeah. And one of the movies we're gonna pre-talk about here before we get into our main movies, let's just say I did not enjoy. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But speaking of, so this past week, before we actually started really watching our main movies, we kind of started watching just various things. We finished the first season of Fleabag, which was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I like Fleabag a lot because Phoebe Waller-Bridge really made that character so relatable. I don't know if you find her relatable, but I sure as hell find her relatable. Just like not caring, stealing, using people. That's how I was
Degenerate.
her.
Degenerate.
I was a literal degenerate about 6-7 years ago. So I don't know. It's a relatable story for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty, and I think it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty funny, to be honest.
Yeah, I love when she breaks the fourth wall. It's so good.
She said that she's not going to really be doing much more of Fleabag at all.
No, but she did do Killing Eve with Sandra Oh, and I did want to watch that show.
Yeah, we can definitely watch that. I haven't seen it at all. I thought it looked pretty good.
I've never seen it. But we also so much Workaholics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did watch Workaholics. Yes.
Yeah, we are caught up to halfway through season 6.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
5.
I think 6. I think we were starting 5 like last episode.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I think we blew through it and we're already on 6 already.
Yeah, because 6 and 7 don't have a lot of episodes in those.
Yeah, exactly. So we should be able to finish that fairly soon.
And then we're getting into Dexter. Actually, Dexter, but I want you to watch Euphoria so bad because we only have a month and about 7 days until Euphoria comes out. Season 2.
They only have one season of it?
There's one season and then the 2 little in between things they did with Jules and with Rue's character. So
okay,
we got to catch up.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch that. I haven't seen any of it, so
I only got to episode 7, but it triggered me to my core and I couldn't finish it.
Well, I can't wait to watch that and talk about it on the pod with you.
Me too.
We'll start that soon. But a movie, I guess I'll go in order of the movies that we watched that aren't on our main movie list. Yeah. We started off with a Jack Black marathon.
Nope.
What do you mean? What did we watch before that?
We watched 2 movies before that, my love.
That we didn't talk about on the last podcast?
Yeah. Did we not? We watched Separation, a short film on Shudder.
Oh, yeah. Did we not? I don't know if we mentioned that. We might have said that. Well, what's the other one?
No, we just watched that one on
The 28th?
uh, yeah, the 28th. So we
Oh,
watched it
okay.
on Sunday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we did then. Yeah, I really liked that one, to be honest. It kind of gave me
Oh, no,
Cronenberg
I'm lying to
vibes.
you entirely. We watched Separation on the 26th.
Hmm. Well, it's okay. Well, we watched Separation. I mean, we'll talk about it. I thought
Yeah,
it gave Cronenberg vibes.
it did. It was a short film starring Justin Benson, who is probably one of my favorite directors in the duo Moorhead and Benson. But yeah, it was a 6 minute short film packed with some really good body horror and gore. God,
Yeah.
I mixed those two words up.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was only like 6 minutes long, but I thought it was fairly good.
Yeah, it packed a punch. I like to check out the shorts on Shutter sometimes
Mhm.
because they do have really good ones.
We should definitely watch more.
Um, yeah, and we also watched The Bay.
Oh, yes, The Bay. Yes. Because I wanted to talk about that one too. I forgot to mention or write that down in my notes here.
It's okay, I
But
got you.
the Bay, you brought that one up because I had never heard of it. But
Yeah, we
I guess
watched that one after Spencer as a palate cleanser, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it was a found footage movie.
Yep.
It kind of gave me like Lake Mungo vibes, but I don't know if I didn't really like Lake Mungo, to be honest, but
That movie, yeah, it was about like bacteria in the water
mm.
that made everyone kind of just go off. And I don't know. I like it. I think it was a really well done movie. I thought it was really cool for found footage and a unique take on a found footage because it happened to a small island and not just like a couple of people.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that the way that they made it, it was very like engaging too. I thought
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Well, now you can get into our Jack Black marathon.
Well, after that, we definitely started a Jack Black marathon on, I think it was on the 28th.
Accidentally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just like we decide we do the random we did the
We did
random
the
number
random number
generator.
generator, and I picked Tenacious D, but I
Mhm.
didn't know if you wanted to watch it, so I picked the movie above and below it, which was Tamara, starring Jenna Dewan. Whoever was she was married to Channing Tatum, and then Terrifier, which
Yeah.
maybe we can talk about one week.
Yeah, we definitely should. We should watch all of the Terrifier movies, like the All
No,
Hallows
number
Eve
two
too.
has All Hallows Eve, but two is going to come out soon, so I feel like it's appropriate for us to watch all of them. I do have all of the All Hallows Eve movies.
Yeah, we should definitely watch those because I definitely like those and I think they're pretty interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
But we started off with Tenacious D, which is a classic, even though it was panned by critics. Everyone
Yeah,
hated
I
it.
had the best time watching that movie, obviously.
It's just for a whole bunch of couch potatoes that are stoners and wants to just
Oh
chill,
my
you
god.
know? I think it was
I
snowing out, so we were
can't
just
help
chilling.
myself. Yeah, I can't help myself. Whenever I hear any of the songs from the movie, I go on, go off.
Yeah, you were like, I apologize if I sing along to every song.
It's gonna be a Pitch Perfect all over again.
You said
Not as bad.
you
Pitch
were like
Perfect was worse.
you're like, is Tenacious D a horror movie? Dave Grohl is the devil.
Dave Grohl is the devil. Oh my god. It fits in the horror collection somehow.
Oh my gosh. Well, after that, well, while we were watching that, you were like, "Do you want to watch School Frog?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, and by the end of that movie, I was a mess. I've seen it 1,000 times, and I was still bawling my eyes out. I was like laying there, and I was trying to hold my tears back. I was like trying to suck them in, and I didn't want you to laugh at me.
Oh my gosh. I think they came out a little bit towards the end.
I cried. I bawled. I was like,
Oh my gosh. That's a classic one though with you know, You're not hardcore unless you live
Unless
hardcore, you know?
that was my review on Letterboxd.
And that's how we live our lives.
Mhm.
Kind of, you know.
True. Sticking it to the man.
Yeah. The Legend of the Rent is way hardcore, you know.
It is way hardcore.
And pour one out for the homies.
Yeah, the Freddie on the drums over there. I don't know where my drink is. We got to pour one out.
Oh my gosh. And
Shout
then
out, Freddie.
shout out Freddie. Oh my gosh. Oh, and didn't the guitar player Zach or whatever his name is,
Got
like, didn't he?
arrested.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and didn't he? I'm pretty sure he got arrested for stealing a guitar, like once, like from like
Yeah,
a
he
guitar
did.
center or something.
And then the girl that plays the drums, I follow her on TikTok now because she's really cool. Or sorry, the bass. And she still plays bass on TikTok.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sticking it to the man.
And
And then after that, I recommended another Jack Black movie, but this is not a movie that has Jack Black in the lead, by the way. This is one where he went uncredited
yeah,
and
because
is
when you
wearing a
said
disguise.
a horror movie with Jack Black, I was like, the house with the clock in the walls.
The house with the clock in the walls. Oh my gosh. And and that one is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and the red one, because that's how I was
Red
like,
one,
I was
not
like,
the blue one.
yeah, I was like, did you grab the right one? And she's like, the red one.
Well, you know what's funny is the first time that you and I watched those movies, we watched the second one and then the first one. And I think it's funny that we started with the second one again.
Oh my god. I think the second one's better, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too.
Even
Freddie
though I don't
Prinze
really
Jr. is a total douche during that whole movie, though.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, isn't he like in every movie though? He kind of gives off those vibes, I think.
Yeah. I fell asleep through like a good chunk of that movie, and I woke up and it was like nothing happened.
Wait, when we were watching,
Yeah.
you fell asleep?
Do you not remember me all zonked out on the couch? I was like, I'm just gonna fall asleep for this one because I already know what happens.
You fell asleep though? Maybe towards the end. Yeah, I think like maybe towards the end. But yeah, it was, I mean, he's only in it for like a few minutes and a few scenes, but I thought that was a good one to kind of cleanse our palates a little bit.
Yeah, he had a pretty good a good kill in that movie, so it was worth it.
A good death, you mean?
Death, sorry, a good death.
He didn't kill anybody. Jack Black killing?
In the house with the clock in the walls?
Oh my gosh.
He's probably not even in that. No.
What is that movie that you're talking about? The House with the Clock?
It's a movie by Eli Roth that's more of a beginner horror movie it's targeted towards like a younger crowd, but it's a more like beginner haunted house movie.
I'll have to look it up maybe later and see what you're talking about. Well, shall we dive right in?
No, you're forgetting a movie that I was dreading talking about.
Oh yeah. Okay, because I wrote that at the top of my list above I Know What You Did, or I Still Know What You Did Last Summer and all that. Yeah.
My review on Letterboxd, you can see it's very tiny. It just 2.5, very meh.
Yeah, I mean, for my notes on it, I wrote not good. Not good at all.
I mean, like, okay, you and I are gonna sit down and watch Kreisha because Kreisha is a better family study. Like, that was a very like mundane, like watching. Like, you're constantly waiting for something to happen, and then nothing happens, and you're just like, I just wasted an hour and 45 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
Kreisha at least is a movie about a family drama with an addict at the center of it. So you're watching the whole dinner party unfold and crumble in on itself because you're watching an addict lose it. And it's a better like dinner movie than that.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. We should definitely watch
also
that.
Another A24 movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people were kind of comparing the two. Like whenever I was in like the A24 film group or anything, like that's what they were like, this is the next Krisha, but like it's not. Like it's not at all. It's not good.
Well, no, and like with Krisha, like Trey Edward Schultz, he got his actual aunt to play that role. So I feel like, and she plays his mom in the movie, and
Yeah.
that's why I feel like it works so well because there's already like a family that dynamic there.
And with this movie, the humans though, like they tried to go like some kind of like weird, like supernatural, like weird, like things happening kind of thing. And
I thought they were gonna be like, oh, black mold is making everyone sick.
but then like nothing happens and then it just ends and then you're just like kind of left with like a very like empty feeling after watching it. I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone enjoyed it at all, and Amy Schumer was fucking awful in every
Oh
scene
my
she was
gosh, she
in.
was god awful. I shit on her for the whole entire movie. Oh my god, she deserved it. No, I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to the clip of Intercut when they talked about that movie because I feel like Zach liked it a lot. Speaking of Intercut, thanks for appreciating me today and your story.
Yeah, the humans was not good. I gave it a 2 out of 5
I
on my
gave it a
list.
2.5.
Yeah, it was very bad, I thought.
Yeah.
And it just ended.
It just ended.
Um Now did we watch anything else? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't watch anything else. We did restart The Office as we've been going to bed,
Yeah,
but
that's a good movie to end the night, or a good show to end the night on,
yeah.
I think. Um well, getting into the movies that we watched.
No
We
light
watched
news.
um did you have anything for light news?
No, just you're coming here this weekend.
Yeah, and we're going to be making some content and we will tell you about that in a little bit actually because some of it has to
Yeah,
do with the podcast. But not just doing a podcast episode. We'll get into it though at the
yeah.
end. um but I'm trying to think of light news like what happened, but I mean not much. Not much has happened really. I mean like for entertainment wise, but
I think the only exciting thing I still haven't listened to it, but the Bing Bong Fuck Your Life guy was on Chrissy Chaos.
oh yes, yeah. That Nems or whatever his name is. He's like a rapper from
Joe Biden.
Estonia. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Bing bong.
Bing Bong Fuck Your Life.
Oh
What are you
my
gonna do when
gosh.
you see Joe Biden? I'm gonna give him a kiss.
I'm gonna ask him to take me out to dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him to take me out to dinner.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
god.
um okay, so getting into our movies. We watched 3 main movies like we normally do. And as you guys know, we watched Spencer, Memories of Murder, and Ichi the Killer.
Yep.
So let's talk about Spencer first, because I think that's going to be
Okay.
pretty interesting.
Before we get into it, I just want to bring up this top review on IMDb. I'm not going to read the review, but I will read the title of the review. It's a 4 out of 10. Ridiculous and a dreadful waste of a great opportunity.
I kind of agree a little bit, to be honest. I feel like it is a waste of a good opportunity, to be honest. I agree with that 100%. In fact, I think I wrote that down in my little notes here.
Yeah.
But Spencer was directed by Pablo Larraín and it was written by Stephen Knight. And it is about Princess Diana. The synopsis goes as follows, though. During her Christmas holiday with the royal family, Diana Spencer decides to end her marriage to Prince Charles after suffering from mental health problems throughout the tenure of that, like the movie, basically.
Yeah.
And well, did you want to get into? Yeah, I'll let you start. I'll let you start with your review first.
So Kristen Stewart took 6 months to perfect her accent for this movie. I'd like to say that it wasn't worth it.
Oh my God, 6 months?
6 months.
Maybe
Yeah,
she should have
so
went for seven.
maybe that extra couple of weeks would have helped. No, I I liked. Okay, so I'm conflicted about this because I liked the movie overall. I the whole time we were watching it, I just Olivia Colman would have been really good in this movie. She would have been really good as Queen Elizabeth. Her role in Fleabag, like she would have been really good as Queen Elizabeth. Slap a gray wig on her, she would have been great. But I don't know. I think that the movie itself, they did a really good job at making you relate to her character, especially if you have sort of the same kind of issues that she has going on. But the scene when they just keep making you think that like you're seeing things happen, but it's not actually happening. When she ate the pearls, I was like, is she gonna develop pica? I'm ready for it. And I thought they were gonna take it more of like a, I don't know, like a drama thriller route, but it just never felt like that.
Yeah. Um, I totally agree with that. I thought I was kind of hoping, I mean, maybe not thriller, but I was definitely kind of hoping more, I don't know, different, like a different story. I thought that they kind of went the wrong direction with this for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm part of me wanted them to show the death of Princess Diana, but the other part of me is like, I'm happy they didn't exploit that part of her. But I don't know. I just feel like they could have done so much more, and especially with Kristen Stewart's character. Yeah, she I guess, did a good job at embodying Princess Diana in every way except for her face
um yeah I mean I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
and voice, because it really didn't. I don't know. It just didn't sound. I don't know how to say it. It sounded like an American putting on an accent.
Yeah, and it's because Kristen Stewart's not very good. Um,
Well,
so
obviously, but like it was obvious.
yeah, I definitely agree. Um, I thought like most of the performances were good besides Kristen Stewart. I thought the set design was pretty cool. I loved a lot of the shots, especially with like their like I don't know what you would call that, but like their home, like where they live, like especially when that's like in the background or even just like up
Is
close
that Buckingham
shots.
Palace?
Yeah. And it looked really like it, those kind of shots looked really cool. I loved
Yeah,
how they directed those. Um, and upon further inspection, I thought the costume choices were really good. The
yeah.
reason why I say that is because I thought Princess Diana dressed slightly differently, but I think they did a good job at dressing Kristen Stewart up for this
When
one.
they had her in that black dress at the end, I really liked that dress.
Yeah. And oh yeah, did you cry to that one? You cried to the
No,
dress?
that was only last night in Soho that I cried at the dress.
Oh
In this movie, I cried
yeah.
at one scene, and that was when she had the voice. She was like, "I'll be your mother," and I was like, "No, you can't be their mother because you die."
um, if you guys noticed at the beginning of this movie, um, they called it a fable, and immediately when I read that, I was like, this is not going to be good. Like I just kind of, I mean, maybe I just was a snap judgment, but I think I was right by the end of it. I kind of felt
Yeah.
that way at least.
So I don't know. Maybe this. I've never watched The Crown, but apparently that's what Kristen Stewart watched to prepare for her role as Lady Diana.
Well, I heard that they butchered her in that show. Like
So
if you look it up, it says that they completely fucked up her like mental health problems and they did not even do it justice at all. It was just completely like surface level bullshit and they like completely ruined it from like what I read online at least.
yeah, and that's what she used in preparation for this movie, which is why I don't know. Maybe that's
No,
why it didn't come across.
Yeah, maybe that's why she's so bad. I don't know. I mean, Elizabeth Debicki played the Princess Diana in The Crown, and she's good, at least. Like she's normally pretty good.
Yeah. I don't
Just
know.
the writing in that show, I guess.
I, I just don't feel. Yes, I feel like it was a good choice in hindsight to pick Kristen Stewart, but like I don't like in the time, but I don't feel like in seeing the movie she did the right execution. You know, like when she was picked, it was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Like she's probably going to like have a whole different like arc as an actor now taking on this role, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, and it felt very Oscar baity to me.
Yeah.
And not in
Are
a
we
good
gonna
way.
piss people off saying this? Because you really pissed off Twitter stands.
Yeah, I think like anytime you just like shit on something that's popular, like or like you don't like something that's popular and you just share your opinion, everyone just wants to jump down your throat regardless.
Yeah.
And I think that's like why I like to share my opinion and piss everybody off, to be honest. Because of that
Um.
reason. Because of that very reason.
That just before we get into anything else about this movie, really quickly, Naomi Watts played Princess Diana in the movie Diana from 2013, and she's Australian, and I still think that is a better choice than a non like English actress,
Yeah.
like British actress. Like it's
Yeah.
because she already has an accent, you know. Like it just seems like it would be more natural.
Yeah, and it definitely like it doesn't sound like accents are Kristen Stewart's strong point
Yeah.
or facial expressions or anything really. I thought her performance was very one-dimensional and it felt very Twilight 2008, like especially with the like looking at like the paparazzi like scared like
Oh my god,
Princess
like that
Diana
guy
did not do
on
that one
TikTok that
time.
goes like with his eyes.
Literally, literally. Um, but like, if you ever watch, like, I don't understand why everyone's like, yeah, like this really like embodied, this really showed her struggles. I understand, like maybe like it kind of like opened up people to like her mental health struggles that she talked about a lot, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like she did not act the way that Kristen Stewart acted in this movie at all. Like towards the
Yeah.
paparazzi, she was not like that at all. I don't understand.
I don't
She did
know.
not
It
speak
it
the way
felt
that she did.
yeah. I don't know. It just felt forced in some scenes.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing felt forced on her end at least, and I thought some of the writing was
No,
a
because
little
I
messy.
really liked the scenes when she was with the kids. I thought that was really good. I thought like when that obviously like made me cry. I thought she was really good
Mhm.
when she was in the scenes with the kids. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, the kid scenes were pretty good. I don't know. Kristen Stewart's just and I don't even want to like say like I don't like Kristen Stewart. Like oh, I'm just like I hate Kristen Stewart because she was in Twilight or whatever. But like I liked whatever um comedy she was in like a year ago, whatever one that was, the one where she was like dating Aubrey Plaza or something.
Oh, the Christmas movie. Yeah, that was a good one with Dan Levy. That was a cute movie. She was really good in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that was like I didn't like I'm not gonna say like that was like amazing, but like she definitely did a lot better than she normally does in that movie. And I thought that was gonna be like this was gonna be like her like breakout, like wow, like she's really fucking like a good actress, and this was just she did not deliver on that. And I feel like
No,
she should have.
another movie that I did not mind her in was she not in American Ultra with Jesse Eisenberg?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Didn't
haven't
mind
seen
her in
that in a long
that.
time ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that like when it came out. I haven't seen that in a while. I didn't
yeah.
even forgot that really existed. What was your rating for Spencer out of 5?
So before we get into our ratings, I just want to bring this up because I was talking to you about this the other day. Her hat at the end of the movie, how I'm like, it's the OPP, it's the Ontario
Yeah.
Provincial Police, but you're not in Ontario. It's actually, apparently, allegedly, the hat from the Naughty by Nature song. I'm the OPP, yeah, you know me.
Oh my
So that's
gosh.
funny.
Um,
So that's funny because
hey,
thinking that it would have been Ontario, like Windsor. They're in Windsor, Ontario, you know?
Yeah, because you guys still worship Queen Elizabeth, even though you guys are like not in the country.
She is
But
not my queen.
it's your queen. You have her on your money, and
It's
I'm
gonna
just
be your
joking.
money soon because you're moving here.
I'm just joking. I know. What's with their plastic money? Can Canada like get on the like level of the rest of the world, please?
No, we were on that level, but we evolved to
Oh,
plastic. Yeah.
ruining the turtles one plastic dollar at a time.
One plastic, nope. One plastic five at a time. We don't have dollar bills here. My rating for this is a 3.5. And that's because I really like how it was shot. The scene with the pearls, really liked that scene when she was eating them. I really liked the scene with her and the kids. Did not like how it ended. I thought it had a really great score. Like I mentioned to you, I thought that each scene had a different sound to like set the scene, and that was really
Mm-hmm.
cool. But I don't know. Those were positives. There was definitely some negatives.
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 too, and I forgot to mention the score, but I enjoyed that as well. I think that
Yeah,
adds to
that
it.
was really cool.
I thought the score and like the set design, like most of the movie was good, but I feel like it deserves a 1.5 taken off for Kristen Stewart's performance because she's the main character. It's about her. Like she
Yeah.
needs to deliver that performance, and she did not.
Yeah.
But everyone's like Oscar, Oscar, Oscar.
Well, like part of me, like when I think of the royals, I think of like very stone faced. I think of like a very cold person. But when I think of Princess Diana, like I don't think of that. I think like she was very like kind and very
Yeah.
loving, and
Mm-hmm.
she was just like not that.
Yeah, no, she was very stone faced and doesn't know how to because she doesn't know how to express emotions ever.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, moving on from
Moving on.
that. The next one that we watched was well, technically. Oh, I wrote these down in a different order. So the next one we watched was Ichi the Killer,
Yeah,
which
which I was really excited to watch.
yeah, and well, we both were. I mean, that's been on my watch list for a while, to be honest.
Mine too.
Um, but that is a 2001 crime drama film, I guess, comedy. I don't really know,
It
whatever
was
one
kind
of
of
those.
funny.
And it's directed by Takeshi Miike.
Takashi Miike.
Yeah.
The
Um,
boy. Shout out Takashi Miike.
and I wrote down this is I'll read my synopsis word for word. Honestly, what the hell even is this about? It was balls to the wall bonkers. But this film
Yeah.
follows this film follows Yakuza enforcer Kakihara as he searches for his missing boss, and he comes across Ichi, a repressed and psychotic killer who may be able to inflict levels of pain that Kakihara has only dreamed of achieving.
Yeah. Yeah, when initially I would have thought that Kakihara was Ichi the killer based on the marketing of the movie.
Yeah, and he's like on the cover, so it's like, but I mean, it follows him mostly. Like he's on screen most of the time, but maybe it's
Yeah.
because he's
And
more like photogenic, and he didn't look like the guy
oh,
that played
don't even
Ichi the
get me
Killer.
started. The fashion, the opulence, the oh my god, the outfits. I loved
Uh,
it. Did they not say that he was a gay Yakuza member? I am living for every single minute. I love Kage. Amazing.
Yeah, and I thought like even that I didn't write down the actors' names because I didn't want to butcher them, but I thought the
Yeah.
actor that played Kakihara was very like I thought he delivered a better performance than the guy who played Ichi. To be honest,
Do
I
you
thought the
want
guy
to
who
know
played Ichi
something
was pretty
disgusting about this movie?
what?
The opening scene when the title comes out in a puddle of semen.
Oh
It's
yeah,
real semen.
ew.
Yeah.
From which one?
I don't know. It doesn't say who it's from, but it says on the U.S. Tokyo Shock DVD release, the Ichi semen, it may be his own. It says using the close up during the intro sequence is actually real. Your face.
Yeah, I think that was my face when I saw it, but we were watching, to be honest.
Yeah, there was so much unnecessary like masturbation, so much unnecessary like woman
sexual assault,
exploitation in this movie.
all that's like
So much essay in this movie. At the Toronto International Film Festival, as a gimmick, they gave out bar fags for this movie.
Well, I can see that. I get what they're I guess I get their thing. Like they were trying to they was trying to be crazy. Like they were trying to be like nuts.
Well, apparently one viewer threw up and fainted in the theater. So
I mean, after the title card, I almost did too.
Yeah. I mean, that was it was shocking, and it really set the tone for the movie, I
think. Yeah, for sure. What was your thoughts about it overall?
So I thought it felt very early 2000s with the way it was shot, but I kind of appreciated it because it gave the movie a vibe. Bro, your lip, just kidding. I thought it was weird. I thought it was brutal. I loved it. I loved the movie itself, but I could go without so much essay in it because that got a little bit redundant and kind of hard to watch. Yes, the payoff was good, like to what happened to the essayers, but I could have done without. Loved the gore, loved the amount of gore, loved the balls to the wall amount of blood all over the place. Just amazing. When you cut necks in that movie, the blood sported like 6 feet across the room. Like it was great. That's what I want.
Yeah, we definitely, that's what we were definitely looking forward to.
Absolutely.
And
I actually feel like Ichi the Killer and the next movie we're talking about, which I won't say yet, I think they were two really good movies to pair together because they were really different crime like dramas, but they kind of, I don't know, in the same vein, while they're searching for one person and like one is more I don't know, comedic and one is more definitely more serious than the other. I feel like they pair well together.
I definitely agree, and I think that they definitely paired well together. Even some of the movie that we're going to be talking about after this, Memories of Murder, even that was pretty over the top. Like some of the elements were a little over the top, but this one I thought was way over the top, funny, ridiculous, violent. I mean, it was really fun to watch though, like on top of like all that.
It was banned in Malaysia because it was so violent.
Oh my god.
Which is weird because Malaysia, wasn't that the movie in Pedagore? Wasn't that Malaysia?
Maybe. Oh yeah. That's the Shudder one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Malaysia. I think so. Yeah. And that one was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I thought, to be honest, I thought this movie was going to be more serious. Like I definitely thought it was going to be like a more serious movie. I didn't know that this was going to be like balls to the wall, like everything just like blood, like the way that they did the killing scenes and stuff, like it was kind of comedic almost, and it was just like, oh my god, like that's cool.
And but Ichi's like, character, the way that Ichi, like the way that his demeanor was, like kind of made you like laugh at him a little bit, and like I don't know.
Yeah, the guy who played, I don't know if that was like the direction that they were supposed to go in, but the guy who played it, I don't know. The performance was weird. It was very
There
awkward.
was a guy in Memories of Murder who kind of looked a little bit like Ichi, and I was like, crossover.
Oh my gosh, probably.
It was the one guy that they took that we'll get there, but they tortured him and they kept him and then they
Mm,
let him go because he didn't do it. He
yeah.
reminded me of Ichi.
um, but that's, I mean, I really enjoyed this one, and I think that was a good pick. I'm glad that we watched it finally, actually.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we watched it. And before we move on from this one, I really liked Karen's character in this movie because she kind of like followed Kakihara as like she wanted him to accept her. She would like have done whatever, but like I don't know, I liked her character in that movie. She was
I agree.
hardcore.
I loved her character as well. I
When she
definitely.
started pulling at that guy's face, I was like, "Yep."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that scene was nuts. Oh my God. Oh. You guys should go watch this if you guys are
Yeah.
into crazy gore
Trigger
and
warnings
wild.
all around, but like definitely go check this movie out.
It was absolutely wild. But with that said, what was your rating?
My rating for this is a 3.5.
I gave it the same. I kind of thought like even though like I really enjoyed the gore and stuff, I thought one, it was too long,
That's what I
way
had.
too
A little
long.
bit too long.
And I thought that like some of the acting was a little bit ridiculous.
Cheesy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheesy, ridiculous. Some of the editing was like very 2000s, which I
Dark.
guess like you said it was gives it like a vibe, but
Yeah, it sets the tone for the movie, but I think like Kakihara's character really,
mm,
really like carried the whole movie and like kept me interested and kept me wanting more.
yeah, I'm kind of
Oh, and the
met.
part when his mouth opened up and he had these crazy teeth. Oh, he looks so cool.
Oh my gosh. I kind of wish that he would have lived out the movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
because everyone pretty much dies at the end, but they lived up to the title at least. Like you can't have the title be Ichi the Killer and not have everybody die.
Yeah. Oh, and I keep getting like more and more of this movie. Like when he has those sweet blades on the back of his boots and he cuts that guy in
Sweet
half.
blades. Yeah.
Oh.
You with your sweet blades.
For audio listeners, I just stabbed the camera.
Oh my gosh. I wish you had your
On
machetes ready to
site. No.
go.
Oh my goodness.
um
There was one, oh yeah, the last thing I want to touch on when his mouth got all like big and scary and like opened up with all the teeth reminded me of the Japanese movie House and like the characters in that movie. I don't know if you've seen that. I've only
I
seen like
haven't
bits
seen
and
that.
pieces of it. It is so, you want to talk about balls to the wall ridiculous movie? House is ridiculous.
Yeah, we should. Well, I think we mentioned House 2 on one of your
No,
videos, and
not
I said
different
we
movies.
should.
Different movies.
They're not the same.
No, the American House is different. The Japanese house is, it's called like Hausu in Japanese, but it's completely different.
Okay, but like, is House 2 not House 2? Like, where's House
House
1?
2 is, it goes with the American house.
So there wasn't a Japanese House 2?
No, that one's
Oh,
that's just
of
House 2.
course, America. You know what? I'm over America. Of
And
course,
House 2 is
America.
not the same as House 1, I'm pretty sure.
We'll have to
Well, that's
watch
okay
this.
because we're going to dedicate some time to 80s horror here on the pod.
True, true.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of stuff coming up. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. But moving on to our next movie, we just watched this yesterday finally, but we've been trying. I'll be honest with you. I'm saying finally because I've been trying this low key, like being like, "Hey, Ashley, let's watch this movie, Memories of Murder," and you're like, "No, it's like
I
late.
know.
It'll be late." So you're like, "No, it's 2 hours. It's not." But we
I know.
finally
It's
watched
hard to.
it.
I am happy that we watched it because once it started, like once the movie got going, it was really good. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. And Memories of Murder was directed by Bong Joon-ho.
Shut up, Bong.
R.I.P. your bong. Oh, just kidding.
R.I.P. Bong. Oh no, my Bong. It's broken.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Um, so this movie follows two South Korean detectives, that struggle with the case of multiple young women being found essayed and murdered by an unknown culprit, and it's a race against time to find the killer.
Yep. And it was I'm glad they didn't make it graphic because I feel like it kept the mystery of everything, you know?
Yeah, I like when movies do that actually. I love when movies like kind of keep things. I mean, obviously we love gore and we love being like crazy shit, but I do like I love when movies like kind of hold back on that or like make you think things. Sometimes it makes it scarier. Like the movie
Yeah.
Seven, like when they open the box, you don't see what's in the box.
Yeah. Speaking of
What's in the
that,
box?
that's what's in the box. That's the head they made for that movie. They used it in Contagion. That was Gwyneth Paltrow's head from Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know. Yeah. I wait, did I
The
was I
more
the one
you
that
know.
told you that, or did you already know that?
I didn't do that.
Oh, okay. But on that movie, this movie, Memories of Murder. Speaking of Seven, by the way, I actually mentioned this in my little review here. But I thought the performances were really good in this one
Yeah.
overall.
Um,
Even though
the
some of it was soapy, it felt a little dramatic.
it definitely felt very K drama. But I'm not going to butcher names here. But the dad from Parasite,
Mhm.
um, in order to like get the feeling of his character and to look the way that he did in the movie, he deprived himself of food and sleep before filming, so that he looked properly stressed out.
Well, I mean, that's one way to do it.
Yeah,
Um, I didn't know that one actually. Oh, I forgot to say this about Ichi the Killer. So, because I had a little trivia thing about Ichi the Killer. So, a little callback before we go more into Memories of Murder. One of the ending scenes of Ichi the Killer, there is a scene where, someone's neck gets cut open, and you can actually see the tube of blood that is shooting out of their neck. Like you can see the tube while it's shooting the blood out, and they just kept it in.
oh, like as they should.
And like they
As,
just did not give a shit. Like,
that's amazing.
but I thought the performances were really good in Memories of Murder, and I loved the humorous elements, which you pointed out a lot. Like while we were watching, like you were laughing a lot, and I was too. But I thought the humorous elements kind of added another level of this, and I thought that only like I feel like only Bong Joon Ho could kind of pull something like that off in this type of movie.
Yeah, yeah. For the first 6 months before he even started writing this movie, all he did was research about the case because it is based on a true story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. We maybe we can look up the true story a little bit and see.
I have all the true stories in the DVD case. Remember?
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe we can like look into it a little bit more than just on the DVD.
No, I thought you meant to like read it right now.
Oh, no. I just meant like, in general, maybe you can talk about it or
Yeah, of
look it up.
course.
Oh, I wrote that this movie actually this movie specifically. I kind of said this about Ichi the Killer, but this movie definitely turned out a little bit different than I thought. Not a lot different, but a little bit different because I thought this was going to be more seedy and dark, and I kind of thought that it was going to be more like Seven, like by David Fincher, and it felt more like with the comedic elements and stuff like that. I felt like it was a little more I mean it was a more original, like it was a more like they did their own thing with it, even though I was kind of expecting something different, I guess is what I'm
No,
trying to say.
that's one thing I really like about Bong Joon-ho is that no matter what you do going into one of his movies, like even with the host, like any of them, like you like that movie is really fun to watch, but like you go in thinking one thing and you think all these other things, but like it's not going to be that because you're going to get a little bit of mystery, you're going to get suspense, you're going to get sometimes a little bit of horror, you're going to get comedy, you're going to get all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he does a really good job at blending all of the elements together and to make like a good movie out of it.
Yeah, because even with like the host like that movie, like those big that monsters like running through and like trying to grab children, but like I don't know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah, true. And like there were parts of this movie that were like funny, and there's parts of the movie that probably weren't even supposed to be funny, like that I thought were funny, like when they were like when the cop like drop kicked that one guy out of nowhere.
I was like, did he just drop kick him?
Like it was just out of nowhere. Like the guy just moved out of the way. You just see him
And how
flying
they
into frame.
manhandled the kids.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like slapping him
That's so
around.
funny. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that kind of made me feel like it wasn't as dark or as yeah, I guess like as dark and serious and seedy as something like Seven or something like that, like maybe like a David Fincher would do rather than like Bong Joon-ho, because he kind of did his own little thing with this crime drama.
Yeah. I will say one scene that stuck with me the most from this movie would be near the end when he goes back to look in the ditch of like where they found the first body, or like where they found one of the bodies in the ditch. And that little girl comes up and says, "What are you looking for?" And he says, like, asked her about the man that she saw, because she had asked another man, like, "What are you looking for?" And like in my head, I'm thinking earlier in that movie when they say that often people who do bad things go to the scene of the crime to go like relive it and to like relive what they did. And like that little girl didn't die, you know, like she lived and he didn't kill her if that was him. And that like stuck with me because
Oh yeah.
she wouldn't have known. And she approached another man not knowing if he would have been dangerous or not, to ask what he's doing, you know, like that
Yeah,
whole
true.
situation just stuck with me because it's based on a true story.
Yeah, that's it was definitely that was a good observation. I mean I obviously I noticed it, but um yeah, that's definitely a good observation. I
Thanks.
there was like some there was some parts of this that I kind of thought I don't know, I really that like there were some parts that stuck out, like some of the violence I guess was, or not violence, but like there's like that train scene where he like hits the train, hits the guy, and it's like
Oh
pretty
my God.
shocking,
Yeah.
you know.
Um, Another thing that was kind of shocking to me, another scene with Lady Bits, every time that there was a murder and they had to pull items out of a vagina, it was like it went from peaches, like slices of peaches, to a spoon and a pen. Like, what else have you done? Like, that's horrific.
Yeah, true, true. Sounds sounds pretty scary, to be honest.
And like in that scene, when you see the things he's laying out, he has the spoon and the pen and everything, but that
Hmm.
spoon is a spork. Like it's
Yeah,
pointed. Like
yeah, true.
that's just and when he like puts a gag in these women's mouth, like he's putting a rock in nylon and like putting the rock in their mouth. So like if you
Mm.
bite down hard enough, all your teeth are gonna break.
Yeah, true, exactly.
Oh my goodness, just like thinking about all of that is so scary. Like that's the real
Yeah,
horror of the movie.
yeah, it was pretty scary, and some of it was pretty intense, I think.
And in the real case, I believe the ages ranged from 14 to 71.
Geez, so
Mm-hmm.
they're just killing everyone.
Yeah.
um, that's I don't know.
Hanging
It's
out in the
pretty.
trees, lurking in the rain.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing? Fucking
um,
Tarzan over there. Jesus Christ.
uh, I thought some of the things were pretty cool and innovative. Like something you pointed out that kind of stuck with me was the the scene where they it's like a it's a chase, but it's like a foot chase, like they're on
Oh
foot
my goodness, the
instead of in a
foot
car.
chase. Yes, it was so much more intense than it would have been with a car.
Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of stuck out to me. And I thought they probably deliberately did that because there's so many movies like that where it's just like some kind of car chase or something. And it's like,
Yeah, but
okay, let's
in
do
that
something
area,
different.
like there's so many people, there's so many like vendors on the streets, there's
Hmm.
people out and about, and there's so many obstacles. And it's just like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go?
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that Bong Joon-ho did a good job with that and like adding some like innovative parts like that into it.
Yeah.
that are like a little outside the box.
Yeah. The dad from Parasite, this was him and Bong Joon-ho's first collaboration, but this was Bong Joon-ho's second movie.
Oh wow. What was his first one? Was that the host?
I don't think the host came before this.
No.
Um,
Yeah, well.
Not
The
Bing.
the the guy
Bing Lu. Oh no, shut up, Bing Lu. Minding the gap.
they Bing Liu. The dad from Parasite, the actor, he is like a pretty big actor in like South Korea. He's like in a lot of the movies.
Yeah.
Like he's like one of the biggest actors out there, I think. Like coming from that area.
Yeah. I only ever seen him in this and The Host and Parasite.
I think I've
But
seen him in something else, but yeah, I don't even remember, to be honest.
yeah.
But what did you rate this one?
I rated this one a 4.5.
4.5. I'm just kidding.
Four
Yeah,
and a half.
that's a good rating. I gave it a 4 out of 5, but I mean, I thought it was really good, to be honest.
I loved everything. I loved everything about this movie. I don't know. A couple of things could have been trimmed out here and there. It was
Mhm.
maybe like that extra 12 minutes that
Yeah.
could have been like trimmed out, you know? But I thought it was really good. We like nothing was too gratuitous. Like everything was like just the right amount of, of just the right amount of violence for the movie, just the right amount of gore, because we only got a little bit of blood in that movie. Like it was just the right amount of everything for that movie, just the right amount of comedy.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And even though it was a little bit over 2 hours, I didn't think it was too long. Like, it didn't feel too long.
It didn't feel too long, but there was a couple scenes. I don't know, like the scene of his wife giving him an IV at the park. I get it, but like I don't know. It could have been like trimmed, like things like that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I definitely agree. Um, all right. Well, there you have it. Those are the movies that we watched this week. It's
Yeah.
pretty. I thought those picks were pretty good, and I think the promo picture that you created was pretty good, pretty
The
cool.
one I posted prematurely.
Yeah. um, and so, um, normally what we would do is we would have movies and picked out, or like I would have a movie picked out, and then we would do the random number generator for you.
And
But
normally we would have a main movie picked out, but
we're doing we like I said at the beginning of the show, we are going to be doing doing something a little bit different. We're going to be going to a record store, Ashley's favorite record store, and we're going to
shout out
go.
Dr. Diz.
Yeah, shout out they follow us. Shout
They
out.
posted about our engagement.
I know they're so nice there. But we're going to go there this weekend, and we are going to pick out movies that we're going to pick out 2 movies, one for me, one for Ashley, and we're going to vlog that as well. So we're going to be posting that vlog on the Nefarious Things YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
All right, yep. So when we do that, when we post that, you guys should definitely go check it out, because that's going to have our picks for next week's podcast. But
Yes.
currently, for our main movie, we're switching it up and we're doing it the random number generator for that one.
Yep, but today we are not checking out these. We're not checking out my DVDs. We're checking out my special Blu-rays with the nice slip covers, because they're a little newer. Those are like newer movies that I've invested in, are like newer ones from Horror Pack. So I figured instead of getting like an older movie we might have seen or something, we might have already seen one of these, but it's probably going to be a little newer. So I
How many
figured
do you
those might
have?
be. I think there's only 20 in that stack.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not bad.
Yeah, so we only have a couple to pick from. So I will do this. One,
I'm excited.
2, 20, and we get number 9. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
go, and I guarantee it's gonna be host.
Oh my gosh.
Should I go top to bottom or bottom to top?
Top to bottom.
So I was 1 above host.
Too bad we couldn't get host. What is it?
I'm really excited. I've already done a full review of this movie for Cult Horror Movie Week on my horror channel. I don't think you've seen it. I don't know if we watched together. I think you were still working crazy hours when I watched this. Satanic Pig.
Yeah, we should definitely watch that. I didn't see that one yet.
I think you're gonna like it a lot.
Let's check it out. What is that? Well, what's it about? Read the synopsis.
Okay, so this one, Sam's first day as a pizza delivery driver is not going according to plan. At the end of a long day and not enough tips, her last delivery turns out to be for a group of Satanists looking for someone to sacrifice. Now to fight for her life, Sam must fend off witches, evil spells, demonic creatures, all while trying to keep her body and soul intact. This stars Rebecca Romaine Stamos, who is not Rebecca Romaine Stamos anymore, but I can't help but call her that. And what's his face? Jerry O'Connell's in it. They were married. Those who were married too.
Okay, that sounds exciting. We should definitely check it out.
It is very campy. It is very gory. It is super culty. I think you're gonna love it.
And this is going to be our main movie for next week. And then we have two more, but we don't know what they're going to be yet.
We don't know what they are.
And you guys don't know.
I'm so excited about this.
So hopefully we pick some good ones that can go along with that one.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited to pick out movies with you.
You know what? I am the most excited because not only do we get to add to the collection a little more, but we get to check out something that maybe we love or we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, true. Well, with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Pause.
What?
Recommendations.
Oh, yeah, we have to do recommendations. Okay.
Well, if you don't have anything, it's okay. I don't necessarily have anything that I wanted to recommend other than Intercut because they are a movie podcast that I've been listening to forever, and I pull a lot of inspiration from them, not only with this but like for my horror channel as well. So I'd like to recommend Intercut, which is Arturo Sarita Sakrishevich and Amanda the Jedi sometimes. Shout out Amanda. She just liked our post.
Oh my gosh. Well, definitely go check them out. And with that said, we are going to be signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, I hope you guys had fun this week.
Thanks for doing this with me again.
Thanks for doing it with me. That's what she said.
Oh my gosh. All right, we have to end it on a that's a she said joke. Oh my gosh.